To ask stupid questions like that must come from, that question is stupid. It's bro, oh shit, I'm really God, bro. What is the purpose of life? I don't know if you can see the freaking insult that is. What's happening, YouTube? What's going on? And so, my name is Albert. You're funny. Did you see the freaking thumbnail? Yo, bro. The thumbnail, bro. There are no questions and answers to life, bro. Oh, yeah, no. Yo, bro, I'm going to freak you out. If anyone hangs on, I promise you that you will have such a level of movement of freedom when oh my God, you're going to open up and you're going to be like, wow. And you'll be able to put so much together yourself from what I'm going to freaking convey, bro. And so I'm going to begin and then pause to do my hanging L-sit and maybe some freaking leg jumps or something like that. And if you want to skip the exercises, just skip to the chapters and it'll take you to all these chats. And so let's begin. We are constructed and patternized in school, the grading system in school, the way school is designed, because we are designed through school. We freaking come from the school and the system of the school, and the school, it tests us every Friday, and then we get graded upon it, and then the grade makes us feel a certain way, and it gives us a certain level of status as the A student, and this begins the freaking pattern that we think that is the pattern of life, but it's really not, because we're in school and we're being tested on things that may apply or may not even apply to life. Okay, math, you get tested for it. Science, it may or not apply. And a lot of other stuff that just becomes this thing that you have to answer. And then your deal is to freaking pass to get to the next grade, right? And so now this system here is what we are developed on, bro. And the whole system of school is answering freaking questions. Learning, you get it, then you test it, then you grade it, and then you move up, and then you move up. And this is freaking a really big bulk of our lives before we go out into the real world. By the time we're 18, we freaking had 18 years of being graded and tested. And so this is just the intro so that you can see that the whole thing of school has rolled over into life, bro. The school system, the question and answers and the grading and the graduations has rolled over into real life, bro. And so now we're asking questions about life as though there's an answer, that because we are accustomed to it. We are accustomed to conclusions and deriving answers from the school system. And then now we're trying to do that with life, and life does not have the answer for us. And so what do? We make one up. What is the thing to life? And we go on and we go on and we go on, but there's really no freaking answer. And if there's no answer, that means there was never a question. Because once a question is answered, it should be finished. But we are freaking continually answering. What's the question to life? And we repeat the same freaking questions. But if you notice, man, that in math, the answer is the answer. 4 plus 4 is 8. That's it. It's finished. You asked, is that answer? 10 plus 10 is 20. That's it. That's the answer. The meaning of a certain word, okay, we can elaborate on it, but that's freaking the general meaning. But that's it. But with life, it's not like that. And so, man, I'm going to freaking get to the little freaking L-sit right here as my freaking pause bar. And I'm going to take you to the next freaking bit, man, that if you can already catch what I've just done to you, because I'm already feeling it. I'm already feeling the freedom. That I've been freaking indoctrinated through school and through a certain pattern in school to be tested and graded and graduated. And this here, these questions and answers, it has been freaking pressed on me. Constantly pressed. Question, answer. And now I'm out in life asking questions. And I want an answer like in school. And the answer has to be satisfactory because it's graded upon. And so I need an answer because that makes me feel as though I freaking found the answer. But there's really no answer to life. And so I'm going to freaking really dive deep into it and freaking show it, man. I'm going to prove it, bro. And so I'm going to do this LSAT and then get back to it, man. All right, baby.
3, 2, 1. Get up there.
Whoa, baby. All right, man, that was my freaking 30-second LSAT, bro. Yeah, bro, my PR is 42 seconds. And so I did 30 seconds because I'm going to do more. And so let's get to the freaking part 2 of this, which is freaking like intense. Okay, so now, therefore, since it can't be answered, like we want answers to life, but life doesn't have answers for us. But we want answers because we expect it, like we were freaking derived from the school system. But we keep thinking that life has an answer for us. But life doesn't work on question and answers. School does, but not life. And so now, we're stuck now because of this. Because the system in school made us that way, we're stuck thinking that life has an answer. And so now we're stuck, right, with these type of questions, right? What is the purpose of life? Take a look and notice how long you've been asking the same question. Oh, what's the purpose of life? What's the purpose of life? You ask that mainly when things are not going good. When things are going good, you don't have to ask what's the purpose. You're like, life is good, baby. It's like, okay, so that's a little hint of the question without an answer. Because the purpose of life could be anything that anyone says. What's my purpose? Oh, to live and die. What's your purpose? Oh, to communicate with God and go to heaven. You know, to be a dad. Oh, to do this, oh, to do that. The purpose. Somebody a little bit more open would say, well, there's many purposes to life. You're this as a child, and you grow up, and that's your purpose, and you could keep on growing till you end up with just so many different facets of your life that produces many different purposes. And then if you're really smart, you could take out the word purpose and just live. And then you don't have to worry about a purpose or finding a purpose or needing a purpose to be fulfilled by that. Now you have a purpose because they told you need a purpose in life. What's your purpose in life? And they gave you that question, and now you're stuck with it for the rest of your life. Yo, so now another one is, who am I? Where am I going? Bro, who am I? I don't know. Who are you? And so, yo, that question, bro, who am I? I'm 60 and I'm freaking like I still hear that question freaking lingering around, bro. And you have to think about it, that we're all human beings, bro. We all freaking wake up and do our things, and you know, each of us are asking, who am I? And it's like we have so much in common. We go for coffee, we have breakfast, we go to the schools and work, we freaking pay rent, and at the end we're like, who am I, bro? And it's like that question came from a very weird place, if you really think about it, because it's also not necessary, because it's not my business. Who am I? Like, I was here, I didn't ask to be here, I freaking came out, and it's like the rest of it ought to be for me to just freaking live within the mysteries of life. What else, bro? Who am I? Where am I going? Who is God, bro? Who is God? Which God? Why God? Is there heaven and hell? How did it all begin, bro? How? That freaking question is causing more problems, bro, than I could ever freaking imagine. The question, bro, whether no, how did it begin? Oh, it was Jehovah. No, it was the Big Bang. No, it's evolution. Oh no, it's the freaking what explosion? Did I say Big Bang Theory? Oh my God, we came out of the sea. Oh no, back there. And it's like the freaking arguments behind this freaking question that requires an answer. It just produces an argument. Unless you agree with the person, then it's like, yeah, man, it started with this. And then you're cool because you just agreed. And so now you're back to the freaking satisfaction and the fulfillment from the answer that comes from school, that you're fulfilled, you got the answer, so now you feel a certain level of status. But when someone disagrees, you owe it to yourself to get a passing grade. Oh no, it was science says and science that. And so if I could be a smart kid now and look at all the trouble that freaking question has caused, then it should immediately eliminate a question like that has no answer. Because it doesn't have a conclusive, definitive answer if it's different for those people there and different for this guy, different for this person, and anyone can choose what they want. And so if you really take a look at all of this, it's really a choice. It's not an answer. It's a choice. Okay, so you freaking ended up born over there, and so you ended up just freaking choosing that one because that's what's freaking available. Your friends are that, and so now you're that because your friends are that, bro. If you take a look at what's going on, it should start dismantling. Like there's no such thing as questions and answers should already start dismantling. And so now, what else, bro? Oh my God, should you exercise every day? Oh my God, what a freaking tough question, bro. Just say, yo, if you observe kids, bro, they're running all the time. They run on beck and call, bro. They don't need a schedule. They freaking don't need any of the things that we're asking, bro. You'll never find a kid asking, do I need to exercise? They don't even know what it is, bro. But they're freaking hanging and they're jumping and they're running and they're hopping and they're bouncing and they're doing all these things that later in life we call exercise. But for them it happens natural. But yet later it turns into a question for us, bro. It turns into a freaking question now. Yo, by the way, the question is if you should exercise every day according to the way we exercise. It depends. Because if you exercise the way I'm exercising here, you could exercise every day. For me, I could exercise every day the way I'm exercising. If you're exercising like freaking Dorian Yates, these freaking bodybuilders, then you better freaking take 2 days off after you exercise because their exercise freaking protocol is a lot heavier. That requires more rest. See what I'm saying? And so this is not a freaking question and answer. This should be obvious. These are the things that are really not questions, man. That's not a freaking question. You can always find out for yourself because if you freaking exercise and you're tired, you're going to know that you need a freaking break like a kid does. They know when to drink water, when to stop. And so what do we got here, bro? Yo, what diet is the best? Like the dumbest question ever in the freaking whole planet because it's a fad. A fad means it's the fashion. And so fashion is kind of like what's in for now. And so you're keto for now. And so now after that, you can try being, if you lived in the old days, you did the South Florida, bro. You did the freaking Mediterranean. You did those things on the old days, bro. Herbal life, bro. And all those freaking diets that were there at that time. They're not around anymore. We got keto and carnivore and all the freaking new diets. There's a new one out there. I don't know what this freaking called, man. They keep coming up with new fads because that's what it is a freaking fad. So the diet question is not really a question. It's a fashion. You're talking about a fashion. So what's in fashion with eating? Oh, right now carnivore is in fashion, bro. And so now I'm going to do that, bro, because everyone's on that freaking thing. And when you join, you feel good, and that takes you back to your school days where now you're with the crew accepts you, and so now you feel that you are within the acceptability of where you're at, and you feel good about it, just like you did in school when you freaking graduated. It's the same freaking thing. And so now, what does this mean, bro? This means I'm going to go into my freaking special squat hops. I got a special squat hop here. That the reason why it's special, I never did this before, but I thought of it. And this squat hop is gonna look like this. I'm gonna do a squat. So it's a hop, right? And so It's squat, 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 explosive squat, explosive squat, oh shit, I'm really gone, bro. Oh my god, bro. That was intense, bro. Oh my god. So you see, I've done so many exercises that these freaking ideas come to me. That's not easy. I'm already breathing hard. And so, okay, now, I went through some of the questions of life, which there's so many more. But if you take a real good look, they're all choices, not answers. Or the answer to life. There's really none. If you catch that, it should relieve you from many future questions. What is there to life? What's the point of life? What's the meaning to life? Or whatever you may be freaking asking. And most of the questions come due to lack of fulfillment. Because if you get a nice big check in the mail, you ain't going to be asking. You're going to be like, yo, bro, life is good. Or if you meet a girl, you'll be like, wow, heaven's here. Or if you just find yourself in a place where you just realize that everything is so cool in your life, the questions right there, they drop also. So a lot of the questions is, what's my purpose? Is a lack of fulfillment that's not there that's causing me to ask the question. Life doesn't have an answer for us. Because it does not work within questions and answers like we were brought up. And so we're asking these questions. Life can't give us an answer. So therefore we keep repeating the same freaking questions with no answer except for whatever we feel like deriving at the time. And so if you catch this already, you can see I wrote down a key to ponder, because this is now into drawing stuff. The key to ponder is what made us press to answer these difficult questions. And when we get the answer, what does it offer? You have to think about it. They say, oh, what's the, whatever question, whatever answer, like, does it really satisfy me? For me, no, because I continually ask the question before. I don't ask anymore. But if the answer is that, let's say, right, the answer to what is life, I'm here to do God's work. Now, if that was satisfactory for me, it'll be finished. I wouldn't have to continually ask the same question and who is God and what is this and bring it up all the time. Because I bring it up all the time, it should show that it's not an answer. Therefore, it was never a question. Because there's no questions to life. You can't ask a question to life. You're asking another human being to the answers of life, and it can't do it. And so we make things up. Oh, it was whatever you want to do. Add your own meaning to life. There it is. You've heard that before. They've told us you can add your own meaning. So what does that mean? And so now, the answers to life that we freaking are deriving from these questions to life, which you can't answer, is just a security blanket, a sort of kind of way to feel that we're secured. And so within these conversations we have it, life is a mystery and life is about suffering. And so then we go, okay, so that's why I'm suffering. And there's a certain security in there. I'll say life is to suffer. Oh, because Jesus suffered, and so now I'm going to suffer. And so now, okay, that's the answer to life. That life is about suffering. And so that's made up. Because since we don't have an answer, that answer seems to be one of the best ones because it's biblical. And so now we go with it. And some people go with it to the point where their whole life is suffering. And then they're chasing the suffering for a reward through the suffering by struggling through relationships, to freaking busting their heads at work. They freaking can't stay still. They're hustle and bustle, all because now struggle is causing them to go ahead and do that. And so that freaking imaginary security coming from something like that, which I think is evil, to tell someone, life is for you to freaking just suffer for you through your whole life, through your kids, your marriage, your relationships, through everything. Just suffer. Anything worthwhile, just suffer, to me is one of the most disgusting attributes that we carry, that I got rid of. I did a video on that, man. It was freaking like such a delight to do it with this 21-year-old girl that was freaking suffering through her whole life. And so life is imaginary. Life is good now. Once, you told me like I didn't know, and you told me life is suffering now, and life is good now. Hey, it is about suffering. And so, wow. And Jesus suffered, bro. And my mom suffered. And life is about suffering. Oh, my God. So it's like, life is okay now. Now life is good. And so now, we got that, bro. Look, before with nothing. Okay, now, if you take a look at what happened before and after. Before, I'm asking questions. What is life? What is life? I'm confused. I don't know where I'm going. Who am I? This person in the middle says, oh, life is to suffer, and you need to suffer. And we go, oh, I feel so good. And then we end up here. But between here and here, nothing changed. You take a look at that, bro. It's just the medium of some words that satisfied us. It gave us the imaginary spirit in life about whatever the answer may be. Life is to struggle. Life is a mystery. Life, all these freaking answers that we get are just these imaginary ways to give us some type of fulfillment so that we can go, okay, now I'm riding with the freaking flow of life and go with it, but nothing changed from here to here. You still have to go to work. You still have the same money that you had. You still have to freaking go and do whatever it is that you have to do for the life that you want to live. And no one talks about saving and making personal savings and freaking buying what you could afford so that you can end up with money. No one talks about the ways that you can stretch out your money by not freaking trying to live above your means and then spending all your money on freaking going out and freaking status and looking good and all that stuff, and your freaking money is going down on freaking those jobs and all these things that you're doing. And the latest this and the latest that, and then you end up with no money, and then you're asking life, what is life all about? You see what I'm saying? Yo, baby, bro. And so now I'm going to go into another L-sit, and then come back to, I have my answer. I got my answer. Okay, maybe 30 seconds.
3, 2, 1. Get up there.
Oh, shit. Okay. My back. Yo! When I first got up there, I felt the pinch back here. And so, wow, so my freaking strength declined really quick. These things are very, very difficult. Okay, so now for my answer, bro. Yo, ready for my answer? My answer is, because we are taught and are conditioned to derive answers, we come up with one. But it's really a choice, not an answer. Now, I said this before because I went ahead of myself. I already said this. But my answer is that is what we're really deriving are never answers. Like, what's your answer to life? Whatever you tell me is a choice of options. It's not really a definitive answer, because the answer continues forever. And it's like I said, if your answer is not like 2 and 2 is 4, that's it. That's it. There's no argument over 2 and 2 is 4. You won't find an hour debate over 2 and 2. Because that's it. But you find an argument and debates over life. Who's God? What is the purpose of life? You'll find freaking debates. Who is God? And so now, That was my answer, which I spilled. Therefore, there's no freaking questions and answers to life. Is my answer, like my definitive answers, that there is none. And so now, the follow-up answer is, for all the above, for everything I said, the freaking best place to be in is I don't know. The spirit of I don't know. And within the spirit of I don't know, I'm open to everything because I'm not concluding. I'm not freaking comparing. I'm not deciding. There's no choice in the matter. I just don't freaking know. And therefore, everything that's laid out there is just there. And so I know it's there. And so I don't choose any. And so by not choosing any, in a sense, I have them all. Because I'll speak to a Muslim, I'll speak to a Catholic, I'll speak to any freaking person. Of course, we're going to get into an argument because they want to. I don't want to, but they want to because they're trying to convert me. That's the sad part, that we can't converse without them wanting to convert and say you're wrong. If we can listen to each other, then I can hear what they have to say. I already pretty much know what these religious people want to do. And the people with life and the people with suffering and the people with what is life all about. They're trying to press some type of an answer upon me, like if there's a such thing. And even if I told them there's no answer, they'll go, what do you mean? And they'll try to say, well, sure, there's an answer to life. Or what are we here? We're here for questions and answers. And they're freaking bringing up the same spiel that they learned from the school system. And they're carrying that with them, thinking that life is about an answer. But it's not about an answer. And so my freaking stance now is that I don't know. But the average person can't do that. To simply say I don't know, like even if I had like some type of a stance about something, I will carry a movement of I don't know. Because there's always that freaking there's always that loose area of where, even though I may, let's say I do believe in something where I don't believe in anything, but if I do believe in something, I should carry a little loose area where I can have a good level of doubt about it, which is very healthy. But that can't be done because we came from definitive answers, bro. We come from a world of having to conclude. And so as long as we come from that world of conclusions, then it also is a freaking little sign for someone that when you say, I don't know, it's almost like you're dumb now because we're so used to being graded, graduating and having a certain level of status. I'm an A student, that when someone says, I don't know, it's like, you don't know the answer? Oh. When that's the freaking best place to be because now I'm open to everything. But that in the world out there, if I say I don't know, it's like, oh, don't ask him, he doesn't know. Oh, and meanwhile, I have all aspects right here coming at me, flying right at me with freaking a slew of everything that's out there. And so I'm not blocked by any avenue whatsoever. And so who's the one that has the freaking grand intelligence when it comes to not needing to answer? Because now that I don't need an answer, we just have life to live. We better go out and live the life. We better go out and live it. And so if we take a look at the whole aspect of credentials, the why we go to someone with credentials, and because they have credentials is because in school we've already been indoctrinated to pick up that when you it's better to listen to a professor because the professor, he specializes in that subject. And so he's the one with the freaking credentials. And so you're a student, also the student and professor, or the student and teacher is a terrible aspect because the teacher is always above the student. And so the student is always below. Therefore, you have to listen to it, which is why we turn to the experts. The embarrassment that is, that I have to turn to a financial expert to freaking add up, that I have to turn to a freaking professional for advice on a relationship that I'm freaking in and maintaining. I don't know if you can see the freaking insult that is if, you know, I have to go now with this life that I'm living here to a freaking dietitian to tell me what I ought to eat. The insult is so huge that's non-intelligent. It's an embarrassment and it's an insult, bro. It's all those freaking three, man. And so this guy right here knows what to do with freaking his 60-year-old self This guy right here does not owe credit cards. Oh, I don't owe any of that stuff, and I'm freaking living life accordingly. I'm not freaking living above my standards and being freaking caught out there like so many people do for status, because the status comes from school and you're graded and now you're a professor and now you're freaking the scholar and you get the freaking whatever that's called when you freaking end up at the top. You know what I mean? And so these are the freaking dangers, man, of that. Those things that we grew up with in school are the things that spilled over to our lives, and we perpetually live out lost. Because most people, I look at them, they're freaking lost. And so now I have a twist, but I'm going to do my leg thing. And I have a twist next coming up with stupid questions. The stupid questions is next, man. So I'm going to do my, and squat, jump. Oh shit. I'm at the next freaking twist, which are stupid questions, bro. Like, sometimes I think that because life doesn't have an answer for us, we end up facing life now with stupid questions. And so just for fun, this came to my mind, bro. Someone who's obviously drunk. They say, and they're freaking in not, you could tell they're not in their right state. And someone says, has he been drinking? And they'll approach the guy and say, are you drunk? And they'll go, and the guy will go, no. Yo, and the person will get mad. Yes, you are. You've been drinking and you're drunk. And the guy will go, no, fuck you. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? I don't have to ask. That question is stupid. Like the bodybuilders. I mean, you could tell they're freaking juiced up on steroids. It's like, that's the freaking dumbest question that I could ever come across in my entire life. First of all, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't need to ask. But you can tell when these guys look like freaking monsters. They look like they came from the freaking alien land, wherever that is. And you're asking them, yo, are you taking something? It's like, the dumbest question on the planet is that one. Along with, are you drinking? Like, I think this has to do with that it has to be a question. To ask stupid questions like that must come from the root of that we always are in need of an answer. So then, therefore, we provide a question no matter how stupid the question is. Like, if I see someone and they look fit, do you exercise? They got muscles coming out of here, they're slim. You could tell they're freaking wearing that freaking I just worked out look, where you could just tell when someone works out. And so, like I said, you can only ask the stupid questions because you feel as though there's a constant question to be asked all the time. And so now, this brings me to the philosophies, right? The philosophers, those guys, they are the one that are rooted in questions and answers on what is life, and so they philosophize. And so now, if you notice something about philosophy, as soon as the answer comes, there's always a backup. But what if this, and what if that, and what if this? And so the answer is always accompanied with another question, and then that question brings another answer, which brings on another question, and then it continues, bro. It continues with an answer in question flow while you're philosophizing, because that's just the nature of philosophizing. Now, there, right there and then, should show that there is no conclusive answer. And so to philosophize does not derive an answer. It derives modes of waves of insights of ways to see things, and you get different perspectives. The key to ponder when a question is answered, why is it still asked decades down the line? I've kind of went through that already, where if you feel that you freaking still need to ask questions along the line so much, then that means that there was never a definitive answer. And so therefore, you're stuck in the realm of still needing to ask questions just for the sake of asking. And that's all it is. So you're just asking for the sake of it. And so I removed the asking for the sake of it. There's no asking questions about life. I can ask questions, directions to get somewhere, how to use a computer. I can Google how to do a shortcut to get this and that. I can find out questions to, order a certain thing, certain about a delivery that hasn't shown up. Question, how is it there? Those are the questions to a thing, a circumstance or info, providing something that's actual. But to life, there's no freaking questions and there's no answers, man. And so I'm gonna do another freaking else hit.
3, 2, 1. Get up there!
Okay, man, so I did a freaking drop for 30 seconds, man. And so anyway, what I wrote here for number 7 here, and we're at number 7. If you really think about the answers to life, you can make up anything. Make up whatever you want. It's your answers. You need an answer, well, you make one up. Now you have to think about it. Maybe by now you'll never get angry again about questions of life. What will happen if this happens? And if you won $1 million tomorrow, what would you do? Those questions of life, that's imaginary, it's not real. So you have to imagine what happens and all the fights that come from these imaginary questions. What if you're hanging off of a cliff? The amount of imaginary input that comes through the things that we do with this is phenomenal. I'm willing to bet that the degree of imagination that we apply to life when it comes to the questions and answers to life, the imaginary input is like 99%. Maybe 1% could be a foresight. But the rest of it is made up. Garbage, made up, man. And so I'm here to contribute to society or leave a legacy. Okay, so that's cute. We are living a life. It'll be nice to be remembered if that's possible. Most likely you're going to be forgotten no matter how good you are or remembered like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee is remembered, but he don't know nothing, so it's not about him. It's about us, that we have someone like Bruce Lee who we admired. But I guess that's cute, but that's not a question or an answer to life. Nor that's a purpose. That's just leaving a legacy. Like living a life worth remembering is a really nice way to live a nice honorable life. Like maybe I can impact someone. That's nice. You live life to impact someone. And so now this new wave of these videos that I'm doing where I'm kind of like enlightening. I'm doing these discourses for myself. I walk away thinking that I cheated myself with exercise, but yesterday's workout I did 145 push-ups. That's like 145 push-ups. The way I did them is something to say, yeah, that's 145 push-ups. Sometimes I add up my push-ups. I went up to one time, bro, counting 350 push-ups, bro, for throughout 40 minutes, working out with my video workout partner. And so the last thing I want to say is that for me, when it comes to questions and answers to life, I can only like listen and tell stories, and it's all within playing a game. We're playing a game. And so the biggest message that I could draw from this all, the takeaway, is that how dare me ever get upset at one of these freaking difficult questions, like how it all began, to actually get upset, to carry resentment about it, to even call someone anything about it because they obviously don't know. Their guess is probably their best that they can do with the life that they were living based on them standing upon the grid of the school system, the graduation system, the credential system, the levels, the degrees from student to professor to teacher, all the way up to that they're living on that. And so that they can't afford to feel stupid if I try to override their answers. And so that's why they're willing to fight for it. And so now, how dare me ever get into any type of confrontation whatsoever, like whatsoever, how freaking dare me. This is why this has to be fun, because we don't know, and this is just a game, and within this game, it's just a game, and the game means game, and that's it. I have really nothing to say. I cover everything. Another freaking fantastic discourse, man, coming from the wisdom of a 60-year-old, bro. And so when it comes to my wisdom, I think I'm in good hands, because I've been with people that has been helping me sound like this. It's not, I can't call them teachers. They don't want to be called teachers or gurus. The people that have me sounding like this. That's a really good way to say it, because I'm trying to find out what to call them. And these guys don't want to be called a guru, a teacher, or a follower. They don't want followers. But they are the ones that are making me sound like this. And because of this, I have a certain sense of peace, and I carry a certain sense of peace where it's just incredible. So now I'm going to freaking roll out this video. If this video comes to an end right now, but what I'm going to do is just play with the legs, play with the hold, and go back and forth. And when I collapse, the video will cut off. Okay, so I'm done. Oh, I'm done. Bye.